I think it's interesting that, like, we all experience anxiety in some way or another, but it looks different for all of us, right? Like,
Yeah.
for me, man, when I feel anxious, it gets in my stomach. It's all there.
Ooh.
It's like this tight feeling where, like, the stomach acid just feels like it's in there, bubbling, having some sort of weird, mean party. And it just,
Yeah, I get kind of jittery.
yeah, it's not good, and it's hard, and it's a spirally mental place. If you're there this morning, man, I know how hard that is. I think one of the best things we can do is turn to the truth so that we've got something solid to look at. Psalm 55:22 says, "Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken."
In this psalm, even though it doesn't sound like it right here, David's talking about the betrayal he's experienced. At this point, he's literally being hunted. He's hiding in caves, and he's talking about how he's constantly being threatened, right, by his enemies. They are just constantly after him, and how depressed he is by the abuse and the violence that he's seen. I can only imagine that anxiety when you know you're being hunted, you're hiding in caves, and you're wondering if today is the day your enemy is going to find you.
And I think that's why it's interesting that David wrote this psalm. Listen, the Bible is incredible, filled with truth, but there are some verses where maybe if you don't understand, it can almost sound like a platitude.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's just like, hey, think happy thoughts and God will make everything perfect.
Yeah.
And as powerful as God is, he doesn't always take away the pain. So what do you do then? And so when we look at this verse, cast your cares on the Lord, it says he will sustain you, right? He will get you through it. He will be your rock, your foundation is what David's saying. He'll never let you be shaken in that. It's not like you're going to be left alone and abandoned. It's like you have something, again, sturdy, reliable that you can go back to.
Yeah, David is essentially saying, this is making me anxious. God, would you change this? So if you are dealing with those anxious thoughts today, if you are so worried, you feel out of control, you have a place to run to when you feel out of control. The reminder that David gives us in this psalm is that you have a sturdy foundation.